Hi guys and welcome to Nmami Life. I'm so sorry there was some technical issue. We are going to be talking about how to start losing weight while you're breastfeeding, the kind of things that you need to keep in mind and how to progress. Also, we are going to be talking about the importance of warming up. I know this is like the least thing that people consider when they start exercising, but it's really important. And I'm also going to be showing you some of my favorite warm-up exercises, and you could do it with me, or you could just save this and do it later, or try them in your next workout session. So to begin with, we're going to first talk about how important it is to lose weight after your pregnancy, because that's the weight that you really don't want to stay with for the rest of your life, because that puts you in this category of being obese. So we have done a lot of discussion on why it is important to lose weight postpartum and how to go about it in our previous live sessions. In case you missed that, you can see it. But today we're going to be focusing on the fact that how do you lose weight while you're breastfeeding, because the most important thing that you have at that point of time in your life is that you have to feed. So that's something that kind of stays in your mind all the time, and a lot of women have a lot of questions and doubts regarding this, like whether they should start their fitness journey because they're feeding their kid, they should probably wait for a while or something. So I thought that it's really important that this issue is addressed. If there are any questions, you can just leave them down and I will answer them side by side. So when you are breastfeeding, it is perfectly safe and normal for you to start losing weight. There is no reason for you to not lose weight and wait. The only thing that you really want to keep in mind is that you don't want to do anything all of a sudden, and you don't want to start off doing everything all together. For example, you don't want to start working on your diet all of a sudden go all out with your diet. You don't want to start working out all out. So the most important thing that I'd like every mother to keep in mind if she started off with her fitness journey and she also intends to feed her child for the longest time, the major concern would always be your milk supply. That's something no mother would want to kind of disturb. And the only reason that will come to your mind is any kind of disturbance in your hormones due to exercise or due to change in diet would definitely impact your milk supply. So that's something that you really don't want to disturb. So if you do not want to disturb your milk supply and at the same time you want to lose weight, it is very important that you start out very gradually. The first and the most important thing that I'm going to talk about is hydration. When you're breastfeeding, you really need to be very hydrated. Most of the women always complain that they are hungry, constantly hungry, and it's a very huge challenge to lose weight while you're breastfeeding your child, because you constantly want to keep snacking. So that's the thing that you really want to keep in mind, and you want to keep some water with you. Either drink a glass of water or keep water right in front of you. This is something I've experienced personally also. Most of the times when you are feeding, you are dehydrated and you're not really hungry. So once you kind of switch from your hunger zone to your thirst, you will kind of understand that you are actually just thirsty. And most of the time when you're breastfeeding, you are very dehydrated. So that's something not a lot of women would consider. So number one point is that you keep yourself very hydrated. Number two is you go slow. Whether it is exercising or incorporating anything in your routine, any new form of exercise that you want to do, even if it is yoga, even if it is very low impact exercise, the point is that anything new that you do while you're feeding will definitely have an impact on your milk supply. So it has to be very slow and it has to be gradual, because we have to understand that you can't really this body of yours is now a postpartum body and it's going to respond differently. So you do everything very gradually. Now the next thing that I'd like to talk about is how your body will respond to food and exercise is something that you keep in mind. after we've discussed about exercise that you I personally feel that the first thing that you should do is walking. You start with walking. It's the safest thing to do. There is no risk of injury. You can easily do and you can just manage to walk with your child itself. So there is no excuse like there's nobody to look after your child. You can just have your child with you and you can start walking. So the easiest way to incorporate any kind of exercise during breastfeeding is that you never go overboard with it. It's very gradually incorporated with your routine, and the most important thing is when you're breastfeeding, the most important thing is that you do not stop feeding. What a lot of women do is, because they get so busy with their new fitness regime, that they kind of miss some of the breastfeeding sessions. So it's not really the effect of your exercise, but it's rather the effect because you stop feeding, and breastfeeding is a demand relationship. The more you feed, the more your body will produce, so you don't have to skip any of your feeding schedules. So that's one thing that kind of really helped me. No matter what I was doing, you have to continue to keep feeding at the same time. That's how it is. So you just don't miss that, and you should be good to continue your journey while breastfeeding. I myself lost all my postpartum weight, good 30 kgs, while I kept feeding my daughter all the time. So that's one thing. If there is any doubt that you have regarding breastfeeding and losing weight, you can just put it down and I will answer that. Okay, the next thing that we have to discuss is that when will you get back to your pre-pregnancy weight? That's something that remains in every woman's mind, that I want to go back to this weight I started my pregnancy. And that's a question that I'm asked like a zillion times. How long did you take? Now, how long did you take also depends on how your lifestyle was before your pregnancy. That means we discussed in the previous live too in detail about it, that how your routine was before, what was your fitness level before your pregnancy. Sooner you will be able to go back, and sooner you will be able to perform better. Now, in my personal opinion, I feel that a minimum of 9 months is something you should definitely give your body, because that much time it took for you to gain that weight. So if you have just started out, at least in your head be sure that you are giving yourself enough time to go back to your pre-pregnancy size. That's a question that is asked to me all the time. How long did you take to lose weight? So it took me 1 year, because that's my pace. It's how I could do things better. You could probably do it in 6 months, you could do it in 1 year or 2 years. It depends on how much effort you are able to put in. But if you're putting in an effort, I really would appreciate if people do not assume that just because you started out working, it's been 2 months you're working out and you should be losing the weight, which is why I give this rough tagline that minimum 9 months give yourself postpartum to gradually lose the weight. And if you lose the weight in that much given time, gradually in roughly 8, 9, 10 months, there is very less chance that you will have any problems with breastfeeding or any other issue. So that's a very good timeline, and that's something that you should aim at. Gradually, take it slow. Why I keep saying again and again is take it slow is because I have been through the journey, and I know how frustrating it is that you want to do things all out and you want to just बस कि मैं जल्दी से जल्दी weight lose हो जाए. That agitation, that irritation, I know that I've been there, so I know exactly how it feels, which is why I'm saying that if you want, you should, the more mentally prepared you are, that it's going to be a slow journey. And even if you can run, you rather walk, because that's going to be good for you in the longer run. So the slow the whole journey goes postpartum, the better it is going to be for you, because the aim is not the number to go back to this. The aim is obviously to heal your body. What most women kind of miss is that we are trying to heal a body which has done so much, and we're not trying to just get the fat off our body because we hate it. I don't know why you should hate it, because it's just given you such a beautiful child of yours, so there is no reason to hate it. And I understand the need to go back, health perspective, and even otherwise why you want to go back to your pre-pregnancy size, but the aim should always be that we have to heal the body and not hate it. So this is going to be my last session discussing in length about breastfeeding and postpartum. Post this, we would be doing more exercises and things that you could just do with me or later. So if there is anything that you have, there's any doubt that you have regarding breastfeeding, postpartum, when to start, what to do, please put it down today, and I'm right here for you to answer that. Because then I'm going to be starting on and explaining about warm-ups, and then we would be doing the exercises. I'll just quickly have a look. Okay. Okay, so we will just come back to the questions. There are some that I'd really like to answer, especially the one that is about cardio and core and what is that you should do first. We will also talk in detail about it when the day I will do a low impact cardio first. So I'm going to start with how important it is to start with warm up first. So a lot of people do not understand the importance of warming up. It is very, very important, because simple, clear, keeping it short and very simple to understand, you have to warm up your body to avoid the risk of injury. So if your body is not warmed up properly and enough, there is a very, very high chance that you could injure yourself, which is something you really want to consider, because injuries are very, very difficult to deal with, especially if you are if you're on a fitness journey. They are very, very exhausting, not just physically but also mentally, because they kind of demotivate you. They make you feel horrible. The time period and the wait period to recover is very, very long sometimes, and you are literally not prepared that just one little mistake and you injured any muscle or any body part, and then you have to kind of wait. So I myself was very I would just quickly warm up and get done with it, but then later with time I understood how important it is to be nicely warmed up. Now I'm going to of course show you some of my favorite exercises that I like to do before I start my workout. Obviously it is different for if I know I'm going to be training my shoulders and I'm going to be doing a specific set of warm-up exercises just because I have to do my shoulders, or if I'm going to be training my legs I would do something different. But today I'm going to be showing you something very basic that you could literally start off. If you're a complete beginner, you could just do these simple warm-up exercises before you begin to do any other exercise. Also I'd like you to see them very nicely, because in the future, in the coming episodes, that we're going to be training different body parts and we're going to be doing different exercises, it's very important that these pre-exercises, these warm-up moves are done so that there is no risk of injury before you start your actual workout. I can't read. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you some of the moves that are my personal favorite and something that I really like also, and they're very easy and very basic to do. You can easily do it at home, and we're going to start with a few. So the first exercise, the first warm-up exercise that I'm going to show you is very simple, very basic. What I personally feel is that it would be really good if you could just go out and walk for 15-20 minutes or jog or something. But if you are not able to do any of this, you could do a nice good warm-up with these exercises and then start your actual workout to reduce the risk of any injury. So the first exercise that we're going to do is just march. Now you will actually jog here, but I prefer to first start with this if you're a beginner completely. But even then, this is much low impact and easy. So you just march on this spot for about 30 seconds without any rest or pause. If you're doing nothing, just it'd be really fun for you to just get up and just do this. And I'm so sure that your body will feel so loosened up and relaxed. So you do this for 30 seconds without any rest. So you just march on the spot. So next thing you will do is just jog on the spot again for 1 minute without resting. If you guys are doing it with me, you can just leave me a message. Okay. So you just jog in on the spot, like I said. If you have time or if you can possibly go out, just walk or jog out and then come back to this is even better. But if there's nothing possible, then just on the spot. So you do this for 1 full minute. I'm going to do this less because there's less time. So you just march on the spot itself. And now we're going to start with rotations. So we're going to rotate the feet first. Just going to stand like this. So we're going to rotate the right foot clockwise and anti-clockwise. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to be doing 8, 9 of them. But you should be doing at least 10 rotations on one side, 10 on the other, and then you're going to pick up another foot, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2. Right. So now we're going to be rotating the arms, and with the arms you can first start with making smaller circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to be making bigger circles. 1, rotating the full shoulder. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anti-clockwise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you can just relax your shoulders a little. And now we will be swinging to one side to the other. This, like this. 1. Twist your body, take your arms up. Twist your feet, the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the next exercise that we're going to do is rotate the shoulders again, inwards and outwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the next exercise that we're going to do is touching alternate toe taps. So you take your arms like this, and I'm going to bend down and touch my alternate toe. 1, go slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is how you do toe touches. And now I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite warm-up exercises, something that I even do post my workout, is the jumping jacks. I think most people already know about it. So this is how you do the jumping jack. Up and down. And if you can't go really fast, you could just do this slow. But if you can, you could go faster. So you do about 10 to 20 to 30 jumping jacks. I'm just going to do 10, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the faster you go, the better it would be. But if you're a beginner and you've never done this before, so I suggest you just go like this and come back like this and keep it slow. If there are any questions, you can just put them down and I'll get back to this. Okay, so the next exercise is very simple. We're going to be doing standing crunches. So you take your hands up behind your head and you kind of fold them like this. And now we're going to bring the elbow, the alternate elbow to the alternate knee. You're going to lift your knee up and touch them together like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10, 10 on both the sides is also good. You could do even 12 to 15. The next very important, I would say, exercise that I really like to do before I begin any leg workout specifically is the rotation of the hip joint. You could either do it standing like this, or there's the other way that I'm going to show you. You're going to go all your fours and then rotate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a nice big circle. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you want to stand and do this, it would be just like you could just hold the wall like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there you go. Okay. So these were some of my favorite, very basic warm-up exercises that you can easily do before you begin your actual workout. And it's very important because you really want to avoid all injuries, possible reason of injury. So this is like what I showed you today is very basic and it works literally your entire body. You could also just do a few jump squats in this if you are targeting the legs, but as in when we go ahead and train different body parts, we would just do a quick warm up before we start. So this is about it. Okay, if there are any questions, you can put them down. Thank you. Okay, so there was this one question regarding how long should you do, how long your cardio session should be. So that depends on you. If your purpose of doing cardio is just cardio to burn the calories, then obviously you minimum would want to do 40 minutes. And if your purpose of doing cardio is for warm up, then 15 minutes or 20 minutes if you're really slow is good, and then you can start your workout. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the session today. So this was all about warming up your body, which is very important before you start any workout. And from the next episode itself, we'll be doing very less talking and we'll be doing exercises targeting different body parts, and we will also be talking about spot reduction like I've been telling you before. Because we start exercise next week, we will first talk about spot reduction, since that's something that comes up all the time, you know. So we'll first talk about that, and then from next week onwards we are only going to be working out. First we'll start with very basic workouts which would require no equipment at all, and then I will let you know that you really need a pair of dumbbells and we'll keep it very simple and basic. Thank you so much for being here with me today on Nmami Life, and I will see you guys next Tuesday 7 p.m. Thank you.